Human races. Generally speaking, race is often related with community or caste and is defined on the basis of language, society, religion, color, region, etc. But in human geography, these criteria for the delimitation of races appear to be faulty because human race refers to that particular class of humans that have almost similar hereditary features and have same physical features. So, while studying about race, one should not confuse with national, religious, cultural, or geographically inhabited groups with racial groups. For example, in many cases, a group of culturally homogeneous people has been termed as race, but an anthropologist looks at it in a different way. They study human race in a purely biological sense. In simple terms, it may be stated that the race, being a group of people, remain more or less reproductively isolated from one another and differ amongst themselves in the relative commonness of certain hereditary traits. These hereditary traits are the resultant of specific distribution of genes responsible for physical characters which appear, fluctuate, and often disappear in course of time by means of geographical and environmental isolation. So, human race refers to that particular class of humans that have almost similar hereditary features and have same physical features. People under one race should possess distinctive combination of physical traits, and races are distinguished from each other by the relative difference of certain inherited characters, both phenotypically and genotypically. The purpose of this study is to trace out the origin of modern man and how the races have evolved and developed on a temporal scale, and to come up with a classification of it. Human beings belong to a single genus and species, Homo sapiens, which includes different groups which have different physical features. And though these groups have differences in certain traits, there are certain features which are similar in them. They possess a relative commonness in hereditary traits. Each of these groups or populations constituting the Homo sapiens species may be regarded as a race. In fact, race is a concept that can be used in a various sense. Now next, we come to the meaning and concept of race. A race is a biological concept that is not defined by social or cultural factors. Race denotes a human group which possesses affinities of physical features, color, etc. by heredity. Thus, human race is a natural breed which can be differentiated from others based on somatic traits, and these traits are not affected by physical environment. They pass on generations by heredity. Eminent anthropologists have put forward their concepts on human race. Now let's see some of the definitions given by famous anthropologists. According to D.R. Kroeber, a race is a valid biological concept. It is a group united by heredity, a breed or genetic strain or subspecies. It is not a valid socio-cultural concept. Blash also defined race as we understand race to mean classification based on somatic characteristics affecting the morphology or physiology of the human geography. Some scholars have observed that the idea of race was not reflected in a person's genes, hadn't considered race as a biological breed based on the combination of physical traits. Now, the basis of racial classification. Racial classification is given to a group of individuals who share a certain number of anthropological traits, which is necessary such that they are not confused with others. There are two aspects to distinguish people based on phenotype and genotype. Phenotypic traits are those traits or physical characteristics of an individual which may be examined. There are two types: indefinite physical phenotypic traits and definite physical phenotypic traits. Now we'll see the physical phenotypic traits one by one. So the classification of human races is generally based on the possession of certain combinations of fixed, inherited physical traits. So physical traits that is used in the racial classification are, we'll see it one by one: stature, skin color, cephalic index, nasal index, hair, eye orbital, and cranial capacity. First of all, we'll see stature. Stature, or the height of body, is the most discernible trait of the human body. Stature is influenced by paternal characteristics: age, health, nutrition, climate, etc. The average stature on the world level is considered 165 centimeter. So on the basis of stature, if we are to classify people, then we may classify them into short, medium and tall stature. Stature of a male ranges between 130 centimeter to 200 centimeter, while for females it is between 120 to 187 centimeters respectively. The Negrito people, like Pygmies and Bushmen, are human dwarfs. Some groups, like Nordics, have high stature, over 168 centimeter. According to recent studies, stature can be slightly modified by better health and nutrition. Second is skin color. The color of the skin is considered as an important trait of human races. On the basis of color, races are classified into black, white, and yellow. Caucasoids are considered white, Mongoloids are considered yellow, and Negroids are considered black. Now next is cephalic index. What is cephalic index? Cephalic index is the most stable physical trait which is not affected by the environment, food, sex, age, etc. So it is measurable trait which is entirely controlled by heredity, and therefore it should be considered as an important basis of classification of races. It indicates the shape of the head. So if the shape of the head is more stable, physical trait which has been used in classification of human races will be more correct. It is relatively easy to measure, but it has a high degree of accuracy. The cephalic index is an index of breadth over length into 100. So it is calculated as cephalic index equals breadth of the head upon length of the head and into 100. So on the basis of cephalic index, races are classified into following three groups: dolichocephalic, cephalic index less than 75, that means long head; mesocephalic, whose cephalic index is between 75 to 80, and they are medium head; and brachycephalic, cephalic index more than 80, that is broad head. The Negroid and Australoid people are generally dolichocephalic, Mediterranean people are mesocephalic, and the Alpine Mongolian racial groups are brachycephalic. Next is nasal index. So nasal index refers to the ratio between the length and breadth of the nose. It is calculated, and on the basis of the nasal index, the races can be classified. Okay, so the races, when divided on the basis of nasal index, they are divided into three: leptorhine, mesorhine, and platyrhine. So if the nasal index is less than 75, that group can be termed as leptorhine. If the nasal index lies between 75 to 80, that group is termed mesorhine. And if the nasal index is more than 80, that group is termed as platyrhine. Now next is hair texture. So hair texture and color texture, they are very important factor which is influenced by heredity and not affected by environment, style of living, age, sex, food, etc. Hayden based his classification on this particular trait, that is hair texture. He divided the races into three: woolly or frizzy hair, Volotrichi; straight hair, Leotrichi; and wavy or curly hair, that is Cymotrichi. Now the next is eye orbital index. So eye orbital index is also a very important aspect while classifying the races. It shows the ratio of the breadth and the length of the eye, and sometimes it is used for this classification. It is 80 for Negroids, 85 to 88 for Australoids, and more than 88 for the Mongoloids. In this respect, Mongoloids differ considerably from other races. Now we come to cranial capacity. Cranial capacity is the capacity of the skull. That is, it's a criteria for the racial classification. It can be measured for the dead only. It is estimated that modern man has an average cranial capacity of 1450 for males and 1300 cc for females. The cranial capacity increases with the body development and it has no correlation with racial intelligence. There's another index which is not mentioned here in the presentation. It's called orbitocephalic index. It is also used with which refers to the flatness of the head. It is presented by the ratio of vertical diameter and transverse diameter of the head. If it is less than 58%, the race is termed as platycephalic, whereas if it is more than 63%, it is called hyplecephalic, and if its values lie between 58% and 63%, the race is known as orthocephalic. So this way we come to all the physical phenotypic traits that are used for the classification of the races. Now we come to the genotypic traits. Now what are genotypic traits? So there are three genotypic traits. One, blood group. Second, hemoglobin variants. And third, DNA fingerprints. Now we'll come to the actual classification of the races done by various anthropologists, and we'll study about one of the classification, and that is of Kroeber. And the next video will be about the classification of races by Kroeber. Thank you.